Before petroleum lit the modern world, men sailed into empty oceans to boil light out of giants. The job promised wages, adventure, and a chance to escape poverty. But once the coastline disappeared, the ship became a prison made of salt, smoke, rotten fat, and fear. You are there in the 1840s, when American whaling reaches its violent peak. New Bedford and Nantucket send ships beyond the Atlantic, around Cape Horn, into the Pacific, and sometimes into ice. A voyage can last 3 or 4 years. Home becomes a rumor. At first, the deck looks ordinary: rope, barrels, masts, canvas, iron tools. Then the smell arrives: tar, bilge water, old sweat, damp wood, and the sour trace of whale oil baked into every plank. On a whaling ship, even the air feels used. The prize is oil. Sperm whale oil burns bright and clean. Spermaceti from the whale's head becomes valuable candles and lubricants. Baleen becomes the hidden skeleton of fashion and industry. On land, the world sees light. At sea, the men pay for it. Your first rule is simple: do not fall. The deck is never truly steady. It rolls under your boots, slick with spray, grease, and soot. In calm weather, it tests your balance. In a storm, it tries to throw you into black water without a witness. Weeks pass with nothing but horizon. Then the lookout calls from high above. The whole ship changes. Sleep ends. Tools come out. Men move quietly because panic wastes seconds. Somewhere beyond the swell, a whale has surfaced, and your body is now part of the hunt. The whale boats are lowered by hand. They are small, narrow, and shockingly fragile beside the open sea. You climb in with oars, line tubs, harpoons, lances, water, and silence. The ship behind you suddenly looks far away. The ocean around you looks endless. The harpoon is not designed to kill at once. It is an iron connection between a wooden boat and a living force far stronger than any man aboard. Once it strikes, the line can scream out so fast that a careless hand, foot, or body can be taken with it. This is the moment whalers feared and needed: the Nantucket sleigh ride. The whale pulls the boat across the sea at terrifying speed. There is no engine to control it, no brake, no easy release. Your survival depends on rope, timing, and men who cannot afford to freeze. The line is alive. It coils in tubs, runs over wood, smokes with friction, and cuts like a blade if it catches flesh. Every man watches it. One knot in the wrong place, one boot in the wrong loop, 1 second of confusion, and the ocean chooses for you. If the whale dives, the boat can be dragged down. If it turns, the boat can be smashed. If the sea rises, the men can be scattered. The danger is not one dramatic moment. It is a chain of small failures waiting to become final. The killing itself is close, exhausting, and uncertain. The boat header uses a lance, searching for a vital place through waves, spray, and muscle. The men are close enough to feel the animal's movement through the boat. There is no distance, no safety, no clean ending. When the whale is finally secured, the work has only begun. The carcass must be brought alongside the ship. Hooks are set, ropes tighten. The vast body turns slowly in the water while men prepare knives, spades, and blocks. The sea becomes a workshop. Flensing is the stripping of blubber. It is labor done on a moving deck beside a massive body, with sharp tools, wet hands, and heavy strips of fat hauled by tackle. The smell thickens. The ship no longer feels like a ship. It feels like a floating factory. The blubber comes up in long sheets. Men cut it smaller, feed it toward the tryworks, and keep working while oil coats tools and clothing. The deck becomes slick. The air becomes heavy. Every breath carries smoke, salt, and the unmistakable odor of decay. Then the fires are lit. Brick furnaces on deck heat iron tripods. A wooden ship now carries open flame, boiling oil, grease, smoke, and exhausted men. The thing that makes the voyage profitable is also capable of burning the vessel to the waterline. At night, the tryworks glow like a furnace in the middle of the sea. Sparks climb into dark rigging. Smoke rolls across faces. The ocean is black beyond the rail. Inside the light, men stir boiling fat and try not to think about how far they are from help. The smell does not leave. It goes into wool, hair, hands, bedding, barrels, and memory. Whalers wrote of the filth and hardship because there was no way to separate profit from stench. To survive the job, you had to live inside it. Food becomes another test. Salt meat hardens. Ship biscuit grows stale. Fresh water is guarded. Long voyages mean hunger, monotony, and sickness. When the ship chases whales across oceans, comfort is not part of the calculation. Endurance is the only luxury. Illness spreads quietly in cramped spaces. Damp clothing never fully dries. Small wounds can become serious. Tooth pain, fever, exhaustion, infection, and bad sleep wear men down before the ocean ever shows its worst face. Survival begins with not falling apart slowly. Discipline is strict because the ship is a tiny society with no escape. The captain holds enormous power. Officers watch the crew. Men from different nations and backgrounds share bunks, labor, resentment, and fear. On a long voyage, the human mind can become another dangerous sea. Storms do not care what oil is worth. Canvas tears, masts groan, barrels shift, water breaks over the deck. A whaling ship loaded with oil and casks becomes heavier, slower, and harder to handle. Every object can become a weapon when the weather turns. Cape Horn is one of the great tests. Ships rounding the southern tip of South America faced violent winds, cold water, and seas that could rise like walls. For a whaler trying to reach the Pacific, the route could feel less like travel and more like judgment. In Arctic waters, the danger changes shape. Ice can close around a ship and hold it like a trap. Cold numbs fingers. Fog hides the path. A wooden hull built for profit can suddenly become a fragile shelter surrounded by pressure, silence, and white distance. Even calm can be dangerous. Weeks without a whale create frustration. Men grow tired, careless, and superstitious. The ship leaks time. Wages depend on success, but success depends on finding creatures moving through an ocean too large for certainty. Then comes the sight every whaler waits for, spouts on the horizon. The choice returns. Lower the boats or lose the chance. Stay safe and earn nothing, or row toward the danger that might make the whole voyage worthwhile. The past gives no mercy. A whale can disappear beneath the boat without warning. The men stare into water that hides everything. The surface looks calm, but below it is weight, muscle, and motion. On a whaling ground, the most dangerous thing is often the thing you cannot see. Not every whale is taken. Lines break. Boats are lost. Men return shaken, injured, or empty-handed. The ship repairs what it can and keeps sailing. Failure does not end the voyage. It only extends it, stretching danger across more months of ocean. The whaling industry created wealth on shore, but the men aboard often saw little of it. Many were paid in shares called lays, meaning their income depended on the voyage's success after expenses. Risk was personal. Profit was distant. The sea took its payment first. New Bedford became known as a city lit by whale oil, but that light was built from labor most people never saw. Behind every lamp was a deck stained with smoke and grease, a boat pulled through waves, and men who learned how quickly a mistake could become permanent. The ship also carried the moral weight of its age. Today, commercial whaling is remembered with deep ethical conflict and environmental loss. But inside the 19th century world, whales were treated as fuel, material, and commerce. The men at sea were trapped inside that demand. For the sailor, the question was rarely about history. It was immediate. Can you keep your footing? Can you read a line before it catches you? Can you work through cold, smoke, nausea, and exhaustion? Can you obey when every instinct says stop? The job turned ordinary objects into tests. A knife could save time or cut the wrong hand. A rope could secure a fortune or drag a man overboard. A fire could render oil or destroy the ship. Nothing aboard was harmless. Everything had a second edge. Sleep came in pieces. A man might be woken by weather, watches, repairs, or the cry of whales. He might dream of land and wake to the same damp berth, the same smell, the same timbers creaking around him. Time at sea did not pass. It accumulated. Loneliness was not quiet. It had sound, wind and rigging, water against the hull, coughing below deck, feet on planks, iron tools, distant orders. After months away, the ship became the whole world. The danger was not only outside. It was the shrinking of life itself. And still, the work continued. Barrels filled. Casks were stowed. Oil cooled. The ship rode lower. Every successful hunt made the voyage richer and heavier. The reward became another burden, because a loaded ship had more to lose and farther to carry it. Some ships never came home. Storms, reefs, fire, ice, disease, and disaster could erase a voyage from the map. Families waited in ports for news that might take years to arrive. In the 19th century, distance itself was a kind of danger. The famous wreck of the Essex in 1820 haunted whaling memory because it proved the impossible could happen. A whale ship could be struck and lost in the open Pacific. Not every voyage was that catastrophe, but every whaler knew the ocean did not need to explain itself. A survival decision might be painfully small. Tie the line clear. Keep the blade sharp. Step away from the coil. Drink when you can. Sleep when allowed. Watch the sky. Listen to the officer. Trust the boat crew. Doubt the calm water. The worst danger is believing you have grown used to it. The smell, the smoke, the rolling deck, the boiling oil, the whale line, the night watches, all become routine. But routine is where the sea hides its trap. One mistake changes everything. By the late 19th century, petroleum, changing markets, and new technology began to push the old American whaling world into decline. But the legacy remained. Ports, ships, fortunes, books, wrecks, bones, tools, and stories of men who worked where profit and terror met. To stand on that deck is to understand the cost of light before the modern age. It was not clean. It was not romantic. It was smoke, hunger, fear, labor, and the long stink of a world being rendered into oil. So imagine the final night of the voyage. The hold is filled. The deck is scarred. The men are thinner than when they left. Somewhere beyond the dark horizon is home. But between you and land are storms, fire, sickness, and the same sea that took others. You grip the rail. Your clothes smell of oil. Your hands remember rope burns. Your ears remember the call from the masthead. You have survived the hunt, but the ship has not yet reached port. In this world, survival is never promised early. The whaling job did not smell like adventure. It smelled like work pushed past mercy. It smelled like boiling fat, wet wood, smoke, fear, and years lost beyond the horizon. The question is not whether history was brutal. The question is whether you could endure it. If you were lowered into that small boat, if the line began to run, if the whale pulled you into open water and the ship shrank behind you, would you keep your nerve? Or would one breath, one knot, one step be enough? This was not only a job, it was a long survival test disguised as an industry. The men hunted the largest creatures on Earth from the smallest boats they dared to trust. The past gave them no mercy. Could you survive this?